Peace, y'all. Love, love. Sitting outside for a moment. I've been doing a lot of resting. How's your flow? How's your solstice? Checking in. Was gonna do like this detailed description of solstice, but I'm like, really? We can all do our own research about the origin and all this other stuff, but really, I want to know, how are you observing solstice? What does solstice even mean to you? Like, are you resting? Are you celebrating? What are your rituals like? For me, it's resting. Usually it's fasting, it's journaling, it's reflecting, it's lots of meditation, it's spending time inside, really not connecting much, other than to myself. Really deep internal reflection. Sometimes I choose to spend it with loved ones so we can do some reflecting together, or just comforting one another and with good food, laughs, relaxation. So my rituals are all about self, self-care. Um, it includes my daily stuff of yoga and eating good healthy foods. You can get as deep as you want it to be. I think at this point in my life, it's my lifestyle. It's my everyday lifestyle. I like to observe the seasons as it flows, so I'm just really observing the energy of this time and just giving thanks for what an amazing year it's been for me. Um, really been working a lot, a lot, a lot. I just walked outside to go and put something in my van, and my neighbor, who I've never seen but clearly has seen me coming and going, I said, "Are you off to work again, or are you off?" I said, "What?" She said, "I always see you coming and going. You work a lot, a lot." And I just couldn't do anything but laugh. Like, between me working the 9 to 5, which is also part of my life work and mental health, and also working for myself, yeah, I'm gone a lot. And being in community and, you know, traveling, I am. This is my season for it. And I guess that's what I'm reflecting on, is the seasons of life as well. Not just the changes of season and the earth and the time and the elements, but what is the season of life reflecting for you? I am in a season of busyness. I've had my seasons of being still and really working out of the home, um, and being selective about where I can go and where I will go. But now is the time where I'm out. I'm in a community constantly, and it's a balancing game. When I come home, it's a balancing game of where am I putting my energy into. So I try to be mindful about how much time I spend in work, how much time I spend in my business, and how much time I'm putting into others, and who are those people around me. It's gonna keep me accountable to myself, really, as I keep them accountable to themselves. So this is my season of life of busyness, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be busy. I'm grateful to be busy doing what I love to do. I'm grateful to be able-bodied and healthy. I'm grateful to be so aware of myself, and spending a lot of time taking care of myself. Like, really enjoying taking care of myself, listening to my body, listening to my mind, taking time to process fully, wholly, inside and out, through what I eat, through what I'm tuning into, I took the whole month of November off of social media. I um, have really been not doing a lot of processed sugars this year. I've been doing I created my own skincare routine and skincare products. I have this whole spa treatment thing that I do for myself. I have this beautiful journaling process and meditations that I do. I have uh, these cards that I read, these beautiful cards that I read. I want some new ones, so that's on my list. But um, I've created these beautiful altars in my home. I have given myself time and space to have these wonderful, beautiful connections with friends and and family, and just giving space for them to grow, and giving space for myself to grow, and not having expectations on anything. And it's really allowed me to feel full, feel whole, fulfilled, and satisfied. So I'm taking this time to just reflect on all that. Trying not to be pulled into 2020 just yet, because this year is already wrapping up with projects that I have to get started on right after the new year. But, and I'm excited about that. But I'm just taking this time to really bask in the joy of where I am in this season of my life, and really seeing the manifestations, like the thought process, the visioning, the work, the intention, the words that I spoke, the spells that I've sent out into the universe come into fulfillment this year. So I can imagine what 2020 is going to be like. Like I literally can see it. And it's beautiful, and it's just as full, if not even more, like in color. And so I'm resting because this year is busy, and next year is going to be even more. But I'm expanding my energy, I'm expanding my vision, and just preparing myself with rest. Lots of rest. And my rest is not necessarily, sleeping a lot. It's really just doing all the things I just talked about, just really being intentional about my energy, in my busyness, resting in my busyness, spending time with myself when it's time for myself, and making time for myself first, second, third, and last. And everything else fits in between that. I always talk to my clients about that. Make no mistake about putting yourself first, because when you put yourself first, everything else falls into place around that. It has to. You are the center of the universe, of your universe. You create the world you live in, thus creating ripples in the world we live in. So it's needed that we love and take care of ourselves wholly in full health. So tell me, how are you observing solstice and this time to yourself? Peace. Love, love.